Within Dormakaba's community software, you have the option to add additional staff and vendors to the database, as well as allow them access to the software if they're actually going to be an operator of the community software. So we're going to cover a couple of things quickly here. Under staff and vendor management, if you select this option, you will first need to simply create them by adding a first and last name. Now, if they are simply going to be a credential carrier, this is really all you need to do at this point. However, if they're also going to access the software, if you scroll to the lower right, you'll have a toggle option to make them a community operator. Here, you first have to select what defined role they have. Are they an administrator? Are they a leasing agent? Perhaps a maintenance technician? And we also have an option to create custom operator roles we'll cover soon. But if you're going to simply make them an administrator, you'll select an option to give them a username and a password. When creating a password, you can either have a specific permanent password assigned to them. You'll also have the option by clicking this box that the first time they log in with the password you provided, they will be forced to change their password and making it unique to them. Now, I mentioned briefly you can pick a predefined role for what permissions they have. The other option within community software, if you go to the home screen, and if we shoot over to role management, you'll see this basically lays out based on what profile that person is, what permissions and rights they have, what can they do within the software. If you click on key rights, you'll also have what credentials they can make with any specific category, as well as new, replacement, cancel, etc. Now, if you have a unique situation where you need to customize permissions, on the upper right, if you click on the plus sign, you'll be able to add a new role. You can designate it however you want in terms of a name. You can do an initial profile, like we can base it off of a leasing agent, which is going to predefine or pre-check what the leasing agent already has. But then once the role is created in the software, you will then be able to go in here. So under the one I just created, I can add, for example, if we want this person to also be able to make staff variable access keys, I can edit or modify their roles. Once this is complete, you can simply click on save. And obviously, when you're adding the staff person to the database, you would pick the appropriate role that you set up for them.